And here we are at the Murray Center for a doubleheader, the last home game of the regular season. A conference matchup against UMass Dartmouth. And Andrew, 10 seconds, keys to the game tonight.
This Anchorwomen team needs to play a lot better offense than they did last week. They played a great defensive effort, but they need to put some more points on the board in order to give their defense some relief.
Absolutely. Well, let's take you courtside for starting lineups and national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Murray Center, where tonight the Anchorwomen will face the UMass Dartmouth Corsairs in a Little East Conference matchup. At this time, would everyone please rise for the playing of our national anthem? Before we introduce the starting lineups, Rhode Island College would like to take a moment to recognize its lone senior, who is playing in her final regular season home game this evening. This Weymouth, Massachusetts native joined the women's basketball program this season and has contributed off the bench. She has played in 17 games this year and has totaled 27 points, 26 rebounds, and 7 steals on the season. She led the Anchorwomen in scoring once on the season, netting 9 points and hauling in 5 rebounds in an early season battle with Babson. Joined by her family, ladies and gentlemen, number 31, Colleen McLaughlin. Rhode Island College would also like to congratulate the UMass seniors on their final year competing in Division III competition. And now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. For the visiting Corsairs, at forward, a 5'10" senior from Salem, Massachusetts, number 13, co-captain Erin Fahey. At forward, a 6-foot sophomore from North Attleboro, Massachusetts, number 22, Megan Ranahan. At guard, a 5'9" junior from Arlington, Massachusetts, number 4, Colleen Kane. At forward, a 5'9" junior from Newburyport, Massachusetts, number 10, Beth Constantini. And at the other guard, a 5'5" senior from Somerville, Massachusetts, number 5, co-captain Kelsey Garrity. Head coach for the Corsairs is Matt Ducharme. The assistant coaches are Keyshawn Ruff and Jessica Shield. And now, introducing the starting lineup for your Rhode Island College Anchorwomen. At forward, a 5'9" senior from Weymouth, Massachusetts, number 31, Colleen McLaughlin. McLaughlin. At forward, a 6-foot junior from Danielson, Connecticut, number 21, Devin Hill. At guard, a 5'7" sophomore from West Newbury, Massachusetts, number 10, Alex Moore. At guard, a 5'7" freshman from West Brookfield, Massachusetts, number 3, Jess Korsak. And at guard, a 5'7" junior from Niantic, Connecticut, number 13, Michelle Lacrateria. Head coach for Allen College is Glenn Senecal. Assisting him are Rachel Ferry and Jacob Weaver.
So the last regular season home game tonight for the Anchorwomen as they take on the tough UMass Dartmouth, 9-3 in conference games.
Definitely. I do have to say, if there's one advantage the Anchorwomen hold is that I think at this point in the season, UMass is playing for seeding in the Little East tournament, and they're not going to be going as aggressive as they would be if this is a mid-season game, in my opinion. Usually you don't want to risk injury to some of your star players with a playoff run potentially down the run. So I think they have the advantage where they can pin their ears back, and they're at the point where they can go full out against this team and say, we don't really have anything to lose. I mean, you know, and they can kind of come at them and attack them aggressively. I think if they can start off a little aggressive and kind of take the game to them at the start, they might be able to knock this team off balance a little bit and maybe get an early advantage. I think that's the big thing. And obviously, as I said in the intro, you have to get the offense going because especially last game, the offense wasn't there. So that's what they definitely need to do start this one off.
Absolutely. We are live on 90.7 WXIN along with Anchor TV, Mike Giammarco alongside Andrew Spaziano as the Anchorwomen win the tip-off. And senior Colleen McLaughlin getting the start today. 3 for more is no good. And rebounded and taken back away by McLaughlin. Nice play down the hill. Rebounded by Korsak. Out of bounds. And Corsair's ball.
Good heads-up play by McLaughlin on the transition, able to get the steal there. But unfortunately for the Anchorwoman, not able to catch that turnover home as they weren't able to hit some of the contested shots on the inside.
Garrity with the ball, bringing it past half court, being guarded by Korsak. Garrity passes it. And shot no good. And they get their own rebound and a foul is called.
Anchorwoman foul, charge to number 31, Colleen McLaughlin. That's her first personal, team first.
Garrity. And a foul called on the play.
Foul, charge to number 10, Alex Moore. That's her first personal, team second.
So looking at the stat sheet here, it looks like UMass Dartmouth is a really big second half team when it comes to scoring, as opposed to first half.
Ball being moved around by UMass. Passes it down to Ronigan. Fakes the shot, goes up, no good. Rebound Hill. Hill gives it to Moore. Moore at the top of the key, being guarded by Garrity. Gives it to Korsak. Korsak to Lagreteria, left wing. Moving around, driving in. Now passing it back to Moore, who drives in. Hit up for 2.
It looks like earlier they're getting some of that inside penetration, which I know they've had issues with in past games, especially on Saturday it was noticeable. So it's good that they're able to get that early and see if they can establish that and make that key part of their game.
As Garrity's called for the travel. Moore with the ball. Passes to Hill. Hill back to Korsak. Lagreteria with it. Back to Korsak. Nice pass from Lagreteria. Korsak back to Hill. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Hill turned around. No good. Rebounded by Ronigan. Garrity passes it up. Shot from Ronigan. is no good. And rebound comes down and it's picked off by Alex Moore. Korzak running the floor with it. Splits the defense up for two.
Yeah, they've definitely, you can see that they found some momentum defensively. Able to get a couple of steals here.
As they dump it down, no good again. And out of bounds off of UMass.
And they've done a fair job of boxing out down low. They've run up a couple of offensive boards, but they've been able to capitalize on it by playing solid defense and forcing some turnovers. So the Anchorwomen have certainly come out with a hot start here and definitely with some momentum. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep this sustained throughout this first half.
Moore back to Hill, fakes the three, and gets it back to Moore. Korzak with the ball. Back to Lagrateria for three. No good. And rebound, Castantini. Picked off by Devin Hill.
I think it was tipped by Lagrateria there too.
Korzak back to Moore, fakes the three. And gets it back to McLaughlin, who gets it to Lagrateria. And back to Moore, fakes the three again, drives in, and up for two.
Alex Moore.
And the Corsairs take the timeout.
I'm not 100% sure
Corsairs.
what kind of defense UMass Dartmouth is playing, but you can tell they don't have the focus as much down low because they only had one person back there guarding under the basket. So like I said, I'm not 100% sure exactly what they're running, but they're just leaving them too much space for because we know how this Rhode Island College team operates. They love driving it down, whether it's Korzak or Moore, or dishing it low to Devin Hill, and they've been able to do that early because Moore's been able to use her speed and get inside, and they've been able to play their kind of game. So certainly they've come out with a fast start, and it'll be interesting to see if UMass Dartmouth can adjust to that, and if the Anchorwomen can counter adjust to that and keep their game going. So it looks like they're bringing a couple people up court to bring some pressure.
Garrity moves it up. Gets it back to Fahey. Fahey looking around, gets it back to Garrity. Garrity passes it down to Ronigan. Turnaround shot, no good. Rebound, McLaughlin. And Moore up to Lagrateria. No good. And rebounded. Garrity running the floor. Ball down low. Now Garrity moves around with it. Back over to the left wing. Corner three. No good from Castantini. And a foul called.
Anchorwomen foul, charge number 21, Devin Hill. That's her first personal. Team third.
So 3 early fouls for the Anchorwomen.
Aaron Fahey's at the line.
20 from
shooting two.
McLaughlin, Alex Moore, and Hill as well.
Fahey makes her first. 67% on the season. And she makes them both. So the Corsairs are on the board now. Moore gives it to Korzak. Fakes the pass down low and gets it back to Hill. Foot on the line. Shot no good. Lagrateria with the rebound. Back to Hill. Second chance is good.
Devin Hill.
8-2 the lead for the Anchorwomen. Jessa Ribeiro will be the first off the bench. Fahey passes the corner to Kane. And Kane is called for the travel.
Traveling violation, Corsairs. Anchorwomen substitution number 12, Jessa Rivera.
And a great job by this Anchorwomen offense so far, grabbing the offensive rebounds, getting second chance opportunities.
Definitely, and they've been able to set up their offense and get their plays going like they want to. Which we've seen them struggle with that in the past couple outings. So it's good to see that they're able to get their game going in this one.
Korzak drives in. No good. May have been blocked by Kane.
It was a great effort by Lagraterra to snag the rebound, though.
Moore, long two. No good. Rebounded by Kane. Garrity. Drives in off the pick from Fahey. And it's called for a travel before
Traveling violation.
her pass to Cohane.
It's interesting. We've seen 3 travels already from this Corsair squad early in this game. So this looks like they're a little, I think they're just a little overwhelmed by the pace of this game and just how it started. I think they're just making some mental mistakes.
Korzak back to Rivera for 3. No good. Way off. Out of bounds. Off of Ronigan. And it'll be Anchorwomen ball.
Anchorwomen substitution, number 25, Jessica Padalano.
And Padalano in for Alex Moore.
Replaces Alex Moore.
Hill able to recover. Back to Korzak. Left wing. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Korzak, no good. And UMass almost loses the ball.
Yeah, they've had several turnovers on the transition, just making some mistakes early in
Fahey
this one.
down low to Ronigan for 2 and the foul.
Megan Keaton. Anchorwomen foul. Charge number 25, Jessica Padalano. That's her first personal. Team 4. Media timeout.
And Ronigan will be at the line to shoot 1.
Every day, Pepsi encourages people
I
like
think the
you and me
Anchorwomen
to
have done a
live
good
for
job of
now.
setting up their
So what
offense,
are you
but I
waiting
think they
for?
haven't been able to
Grab a
convert on
Pepsi
nearly
and
enough
some friends
opportunities
and
early
get
in this
out
one. I
there.
feel like they should have
It's
more
time
than
to
8
live for
points
now.
at this stage of the
John's
game.
Pizza,
But
delivering
I
quality
think
since
fundamentally they've got the
1955.
positioning
Delicious
right.
pizza,
I just think they got to work on
salads,
knocking down their
sandwiches,
shots a little better and
John's
just
Pizza delivers to all
maybe getting a
doors
little
and
bit
local
more open
hotels.
opportunities.
Eat
Most
in or
definitely.
take out Tommy's. Call 351
So I'm sure Coach Senegal is going to
4141.
try to
Fox
join that
Toyota
into them during this
Scion.
timeout.
When
And
you
Ronigan
pay
is
below
not
sale
someone you
prices
want to
for
put
your
at the
new
line.
Toyota. On the
86%
Super Value Lot at
free
Fox
throw
Toyota
shooter on the
Taunton
season.
Avenue in East Providence.
80 for 93.
Drive value home.
She's the leading scorer
They've
with
got
19.3 points a game.
They got some pretty decent free throw shooters on this team. I see a 79, a 71. So they've got some players on this team that you don't want to put at the line, especially you get a close game down the stretch. I mean, those are the people you don't want to foul because they're next to a sure thing from the line. That's definitely a sign of a good team, though, if you have people that can knock in buckets from the line.
As a team, they're 74% from the line as opposed
Ronigan's at the line.
to the Anchorwomen 66%. And she makes her free throw. 8-5 game. Little under 14 minutes remaining in the first half. Padalano swings it back to Lagraterra. And Ribeiro with it. Back to Hill, fakes the 3, now takes the 3. No good. And rebound by Fahey. Garrity running the floor. Gets it up to Keohane. And picked off by Lagraterra and a foul called. And a great defensive play.
Corsair foul. Charge number 20, Megan Keohane. That's her first personal. Team first.
Then defensively, that's just what the Anchorwomen have to do.
Yeah, they're very good at forcing the turnovers and whatnot. But it's interesting to see it. They've been taking a lot of three-pointers, and they don't have
Not a very strong three-point shooting team.
yeah, so it's interesting. They've taken like 3 or 4 shots from downtown in this game.
Padalano drives in. And she draws the foul.
I mean, of course, we know Alex Moore is good for a couple of threes a game, but
Especially clutch ones.
definitely. But besides that, I mean, you don't really have
Jessica Padalano's at the line.
a sharpshooter, so to speak, that can hit him from beyond the line. So
No, very true.
So it's interesting to see they've attempted that many early on in this game.
And she makes her first. Padalano, 64% free throw shooter on the season. And she makes them both.
Looks like Hawkwater's coming into the game for the Corsairs.
Corsair substitution number 24.
Replacing Kane.
Bree Hawkwater replaces Colleen Kane.
Garrity running the floor. Brings it all the way up for two.
Kelsey Garrity.
And that's something that can't be happening
No,
to the Anchorwomen defense.
no, it's a very rare sight.
Most definitely.
So they can keep it at keep that as like a one-time thing. Should be all right in this game.
Padalano throws it out of bounds. Pass looked like it was intended for Ribeiro, who went the other way.
Yeah, just a bit of a miscommunication.
When it happens, just the way she goes.
Yep, ball don't lie.
Garrity swings it back to Fahey. Fahey driving in. And back to Keohane. No good. And rebound Hill. Ribeiro running the floor. Back to Lagrateria for three. In and out. Rebound Korzak out of nowhere. Back to Lagrateria again. Ribeiro with it. Right wing. And back up to the top of the key. Gets it to Korzak. Trying to draw the foul. Not able to. And Jess Padalano not able to save it in the corner. Good effort, however.
Yeah, it looks like
Substitution number 10, Alex Moore.
looks like from what I can tell, the Corsairs are playing some pretty aggressive man-to-man, and I don't know, it just doesn't look like they were able to get the Anchorwomen are able to get inside with as much ease as they were early in the game. So I think that's kind of made them reevaluate and try to figure out a different way to get the ball inside. And so far, I mean, as you can tell by the way they've been taking the perimeter shots, it doesn't look like they've quite found exactly what they want to get for shots in the paint.
And Alex Moore back into the game for Jess Korzak. Joe Palladino to come in momentarily. Ronigan. Corner. Three is good from Hawkwater.
Bree Hawkwater for three.
Tie game. 10-10. 11 and a half to go in the first half. Out of bounds, Anchorwomen ball. Jill Palladino into the game for Lagrateria.
Jill Palladino.
You don't want to give Hawkwater too many three-point opportunities. She's about 42% three-point range. So definitely not one of those players you want to give too many opportunities from beyond the arc.
Pass is picked off by Garrity. Turnaround. Gives it to Keohane. Shot no good. Rebound Moore.
Good recovery on a transition to be able to contest those layup shots.
Hill. No good. Rebound Keohane and loses the ball and a foul called.
Corsair foul, charge number 24.
Foul's on Hawkwater.
That's her first personal. Team third.
And McLaughlin back into the game for Devin Hill.
Colleen McLaughlin.
Last break, McCarran and Kudel into the game for UMass. Moore gives it to Ribera. Ribera off the screen from McLaughlin, no good. And Garrity with the ball. Garrity back to Kudel, drives in, no good. And Anchorwomen ball. Rebecca Gonzalez into the game for Jess Padalano.
Substitution number 32, Rebecca Gonzalez. Replaces
And
Jessica
Gonzalez,
Padalano.
another one who hasn't seen many minutes lately.
No, she was she's in the starting five for a part of the year.
A long time.
Yeah, but they shuffled their lineup a little bit.
Gonzalez to McLaughlin. Shot no good.
And
they called a foul on McLaughlin.
Colleen McLaughlin.
I didn't really see anything. I just thought she was trying to go for the ball, but I didn't
That's
see
what it looked like.
Yeah.
Substitution number 10, Beth Constantini, replaces Megan Keahan.
Castantini back into the game for UMass.
Yeah, the Anchorwomen's their point output is just kind of stymied after the opening minutes of this game. So their offense is kind of, they're struggling once again. So we get a foul here.
Anchorwomen's foul, charge number 32.
And another foul called.
That's another one that was kind of on
Team 6. Anchorwomen's substitution
kind of borderline.
number 13, Michelle Lavarteria, replaces Jessa Rivera.
Kudel, turn around, no good. And Moore running the floor with it. And she's called for a travel.
Traveling violation, Anchorwomen.
It's 3 borderline calls in a row.
Garrity controlling this Corsairs offense. Now Kudel with the ball, back to Garrity. Garrity to Hockwater. 3 from McCarron is good.
Rachel McCarron for 3.
The Corsairs are 36% three-point team as Lagrateria misses a 3.
The Anchorwomen are only at 27%.
McCarron back to Garrity, who drives in. No good. And she's called out of bounds.
Good block by Moore.
Coming off the RIC bench, number 21, Devin Hill. Number 3, Jess Korzak.
So Hill and Korzak will be back into the game momentarily.
Anchorwomen.
And a 13-10 UMass lead. 9:09 to go in this first half.
Yeah, really, the Anchorwomen just haven't been able to find any sort of rhythm on offense. I mean, really, defensively, they've given up 13 points with 9 minutes left in the first half. I mean, that's good defense. The problem is if you don't have an all right offense, I mean, you don't need a great offense if you have really good defense, but they need some sort of offensive output, and they're not really got nothing in the last, I don't even know how long, since the opening few minutes of the game, and they just haven't been able to do much of anything. They had that inside game going and working for them, and I don't know if I'm assuming the Corsairs must have changed something in their matchups that's thrown them off, and it just made it's made it really difficult for them when they're trying to work the ball inside. And you know, as we said before, they're not a three-point shooting team, so when they try to shoot those threes, most times it's going to end up
it's not going to fall.
No. So, I mean, they just got to figure something out. And obviously they're trying to figure out some different things, but they got to just get it into their inside shooters' hands and try to get some drives to the hoop.
Korzak with the ball. Back to Moore for 3. It's no good. And rebounded by Garrity. Garrity fakes the 3, now takes it. No good. And rebounded all the way back from Hockwater. Ball down low. No good from Kudel. Gets her own rebound. Second shot also no good. Lagrateria trying to pass down low to Hill and it gets picked off. Castantini to Hockwater. Back to Castantini. Kudel, right hook, no good. A rebound to Gonzalez. Korzak driving in, baseline. No good, rebounded by Hill and she draws the foul.
I think that's what they need to do. They need to get somebody like Korzak or Hill to drive it in and then either see if they can get the layup or pass it in and see if they can get into Hill somewhere in the paint.
And she makes her first.
Or at least give yourself opportunities from the foul line where They have some players who are pretty good foul shooters.
Devin Hill, 70% on the season. And she makes them both. Gets the charity bounce. Now Coach Senecal running that trap defense. 3 from McCarran is no good. And second chance, no good. Third chance is good.
They got to get those. They got to get those defensive boards. Can't be giving teams like this second chances.
And a foul called on Ronigan.
Of course, foul charge number 22, Megan Ronahan. That's her second personal. That's her first personal. Team 5th.
Lagerteri out to Gonzalez, and now down to Hill for 2.
Devin Hill!
We know how much getting about a Hill inside is a cornerstone of what this team does on offense. If they can start getting that opened up, that'll certainly be a huge help for this team.
Hawkwater. Shot falls.
3 Hawkwater.
17-14. 3-point UMass lead. 7 minutes to go in the half. If you just tuned in, we're live on 90.7 WXIN and Anchor TV. Mike Gianmarco alongside Andrew Spaziano. We are in game 1 of 2 as the ball is picked off. Ronigan, no good, and a foul called.
Anchorwomen foul, charge number 10, Alex Moore. That's her second personal, a team limit. Anchorwomen substitution, number 33, Jill Palladino.
Another borderline call.
Yeah, I don't agree with that one either.
No.
But
Shooting 1-1.
She makes it first. I don't believe Coach Senecal agrees with it either.
no. You can always tell when he doesn't agree with the call.
She makes them both. Castantini, also a great free throw shooter, 80% on the season.
Number 12, Jessa Rivera, replaces Alex Moore.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be one of those games where you can be down by a few points down the stretch and start fouling, because I don't think this team's going to miss many shots from the line.
Ribera, back to Lagrataria. Palladino with it, gives it to Ribera. Back up top to Hill. Hill moving in. And gets it for 2.
Devin Hill!
She has 8 points on the game. She's leading with all scores.
And picked off by Korzek, who gets it up to Lagrataria for 2.
That's how this team operates, getting the opportunities on transition, getting the turnovers.
And all the way back down to Ronigan for 2.
Megan Ronahan.
Korzek out to Hill. Up to Ribera. Ribera shot is no good. And rebound from Castantini. Now Garrity back to Hawkwater. 3. Got it.
3 Hawkwater for 3.
It's her second 3 of the night, and you do not want to leave her open.
Definitely.
41.5% 3-point shooter on the season,
Definitely.
which is lethal from downtown. Korzek driving in, baseline. Up and under, no good. Rebound, Ronigan. And nobody there after that shot to rebound
No, you're
the
gonna have
Anchorwomen.
You're gonna have bodies down low to try to get a offensive board.
And Hawkwater is wide open in the corner calling for the ball. Wow.
I know.
Korzek. And Out of bounds is the
Anchorwomen
call.
substitution, number 31, Colleen McLaughlin.
McLaughlin back into the
Replaces
game.
Devin Hill.
I definitely think there should have been a foul on that shot, but
McLaughlin for 2.
Colleen McLaughlin.
Garrity. And an offensive foul's called.
Traveling Corsairs.
Foul the initial call.
Number 13.
I saw a signal for a travel.
Replaces Rachel McCarron.
But no, I agree. It looked like there was a foul too, but
Yeah.
they end up.
He put the hand up at first.
Regardless.
Not the first time we've seen that too.
Nah, regardless, the Anchorwomen have the ball.
Now Korzak with it. Swings it back to Lagrateria. Lagrateria drives in left side up for 2.
Michelle Lagrateria.
They've hung tough in this game. They've been able to get some offense going here.
And Garrett passes it. 3 is good from Hawkwater, who's wide open again.
Yeah, Rivera tried to transition over and contest the shot, but it certainly wasn't enough to deter Hawkwater there.
Need to play it tighter.
Definitely.
Lagrateria back to Korzak. Lagrateria with it. Shot. No good. And rebound Hawkwater. Castantini passes it down. And back up to Hawkwater. And she's 4 for 4 from downtown.
Dear God.
Hawkwater for 3.
I mean, on that one,
30-second timeout.
there's not much that you can do. I mean, it's not like she was wide open or anything. I mean, that was a pretty deep 3 as well. But I think they're just, at this point, they're just dished it to the hot hand. She clearly is just an extremely hot hand. As you said, 4 for 4 from 3-point range. I mean, you're gonna figure,
ridiculous.
Yeah, you gotta figure something out and figure out if you wanna, I don't know, if you wanna stick somebody on here permanently or switch up your defense a little bit, or I don't know, but you gotta figure something out because you can't let her just keep knocking them down all night.
11 points off the bench. All 11 in the past
few minutes.
not even 10 minutes.
Yeah, but she's made 2 or 3 threes in the last couple minutes here. She extended this lead out to 8.
McLaughlin, 3, no good. Rebound, Hawkwater. And Ronigan somehow ends up with the ball. Pass to Castantini. And offensive foul.
Corsair foul, charge number 22.
And Megan Reel into the game now, along with Jess Padalano.
Her second personal, team 6. Anchorwomen substitutions, number 21, Devin Hill. Number 22, Megan Reel. Corsair substitution, number 4, Colleen Kane.
And Rivera running the offense. Korzak to Reel. And back to Korzak. Down low to Hill. Hill, no good. And rebound Hawkwater. Kane, left side. Back to Hawkwater and a travel called.
Traveling violation, Corsairs.
(30-22) the score. 1:49 left to go in the first half.
Anchorwomen substitution, number 14.
And McElroy get a couple minutes.
Places Jess Korzak.
Nice pick by Padalano. Is Rivera able to get around her? Catalano drives back to McElroy. Long two is good.
Caught it 3.
McElroy for 3.
She was definitely in front of the line.
I
Take it.
Yeah, I just saw the ref signal for the 3. But
And Kudel draws the foul.
Anchorwomen foul, charge number 25, Jessica Padalano. That's her second personal, a team limit. Alicia Kudel's at the line, shooting 2.
And she makes her first. Kudel, the one you want to foul. Only 63% free throw shooter on the season. Misses her second. And McElroy loses the ball. Shot from Fahey is good.
Aaron Fahey.
33-25, a minute to go. First half. McElroy back to Hill. No good. And ball being fought for, and Padalano comes out with it. 5 seconds on the shot clock. And Rivera goes up. No good. And Anchorwomen ball. It didn't look like the Anchorwomen were aware that the shot clock was that low.
it's always hard. Yeah, it looks like they definitely lost track. And whatnot. They were trying to set up a play, and then Rivera had to charge in and try to put the shot up and was able to hit the rim, fortunately.
Hill for 3. No good. Rebound, Kudel. Garrity with the ball. Takes the shot. No good. And Catalano, no good from behind half court, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Your score, UMass Dartmouth, Corsairs 33, Rhode Island College Anchorwomen 25. And we're back for the second half, right here on 90.7 WXIN and Anchor TV. Mike Gianmarco alongside Andrew Spaziano. Your score, UMass Dartmouth 33, Rhode Island College 25. And the Anchorwomen just have to make a lot of adjustments here going into the second half.
They need to be more consistent on offense, and frankly, their defense needs to tighten up because they've given up way too many transition points and three-pointers in this game.
Most definitely. Garrity with the ball. Driving in left side. Kicked it back out to Kane. Shot no good. Airmails it. Rebound, Castantini. Left hook, no good. And Korzak back to Moore.
Looks like they have Reelin over on McLaughlin to start the half. Looks to be the only adjustment from the starting 5 in this one.
Hill, no good. Gets her own rebound. And kicked it back out to Korzak. Korzak back out to Lagoteria. And knocks it down. So Megan Reel with the shot to open up the second half.
Reel's got some decent range, so it'll be interesting to see if they can
And a foul called.
Work her into their offensive game. Because certainly, as we've seen throughout the game, they've had some issues getting it right inside the paint, as it shows in their field goal percentage, which was just 26.3% in the first half. So if they can get a little bit of range to their shots and shoot around.
Well, they're going to make it first.
Shoot around the perimeter a little bit inside the three-point line. I think that would definitely help open up their offense a little bit.
And she makes them both. We got a whistle on the play.
I have no explanation for that.
No.
I didn't see
No.
anything.
So it's going to be UMass possession.
I just saw the officials get together and they were discussing. It wasn't like,
Called out of bounds.
yeah, I'm not really sure.
Well, it looked like a clean block.
Anchorwomen foul, charge number 21, Devin Hill. That's her second personal.
So a
Team
foul on
second.
Devin Hill.
Aaron Fahey's at the line, shooting 2.
And she makes her first. Fahey 67% from the line on the season. She misses her second. Rebounded by Lagrateria. And Moore with the ball. Moore bringing it up court. Back to Lagrateria. Down low to Hill. Hill sizing up. No good. Rebound Fahey. And recovered by UMass. Kane. Pass deflected with right to Castantini for 2.
Lagrateria just needs some help there. She got a good deflection of the ball, but nobody was there to finish off the steal.
Lagrateria back to Moore. And Korzak with the ball. Real. Back to Moore. Back up to Lagrateria. And Moore down to Hill. No good. And Korzak with the rebound. Turnaround for 2.
Yes! Korzak!
Korzak with 4 on the day. Ball being moved around by UMass. And Moore moving up the court. And she draws it.
Anchorwomen offensive foul, charge number 10.
An offensive foul called.
Alex Moore.
Wow.
It's outrageous.
Third personal.
Most definitely.
I'm not exaggerating. That's ridiculous.
Wow. I don't know what world
How was
these
she
officials
she
are in,
wasn't
but you know.
set. Hey, I don't see how in any realm you can call that, but
They called it for an elbow,
oh, did they?
which is even more ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I just thought they called her for charge, but no, that's even more absurd.
Lagrateria, no good. And rebounded Fahey. Garrity pushing it up the court. Pass out. Castantini up for 2.
Beth Castantini.
Padalano will be the first off the bench for the Anchorwomen. Moore fakes a 3, left side. And back up to Lagrateria. Looking for the pass to Hill, recovered by Moore. Moore trying to draw a foul, nothing called. And they can't get the shot off.
Shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation.
They just haven't been able to find a way to dish it out inside. I think the problem, I think they're leaning too heavily on passing into Devin Hill, and it seems like if that's not there, then they don't really have a solution to that. So they need to find, somebody else needs to just step up, somebody else needs to be able to contribute, because they can't put it all on Hill's shoulders to be able to
And a travel call on Hawkwater.
Traveling violation.
be able to put up all the points. I mean, that's just asking way too much.
Moore with the ball, passing half court. Gives it to Lagrateria. And down to Devin Hill. Hill turnaround, no good. Gets her own rebound. Out to Moore, fakes the three, gets it back down to Hill. Padalano with it. And out to Korzak. Padalano moving around. Left side to Moore. Moore drives in. And a foul called on the floor.
They've just been trying to set the screens and give their offense a little bit of space, and it just hasn't had much success. UMass playing very tight defense, and they've just been able to been all over these.
The ball picked off on the inbounds pass.
They've been all over the Anchorwomen tonight,
and Hawkwater misses a three.
Finally misses a three. Started off 4 for 4.
And Ronigan, no good. Wild off the board. Rebound Hill. Lagrateria fakes the three and now gets it down to Hill. Up for two.
Devin Hill.
So Hill's in double digits now with 10.
Anchorwomen.
And what can you say?
It just
Can you
seems.
say?
It just seems like they're just having the same offensive issues they had in the first half. I mean, I don't think they're playing that poor defense. They've only given up 7 points. But you know, on the flip side, they've only scored 6. So I mean, it's like I said halfway through the first half. You need offense to complement your defense, and
Definitely.
and they just haven't been able to have that balance. The problem is your poor offense can contribute to hurting your defense, because then they can get some fast break opportunities off of steals and whatnot, and they can get some easy buckets. So they definitely got to figure it out. I mean, it just hasn't been there all night, or for the majority of the night, I should say, and it's just been a difficult going. But they're still in this game. It's only a 9-point deficit, and if they can keep their defense going and figure something out offensively, I mean, we still got 15 minutes of basketball to play in this half. There's plenty of time, so they just need to settle down. They just need to figure it out and just keep the defense, keep tightening up, and playing their game on that end. And then on the opposite end, they gotta just find a way to put the ball in the hoop.
Garrity with the ball. Left side, passes down to the corner to Hawkwater and back up to Garrity. Now they're swinging all the way to the other side. Fade back to Castantini and down low to Ronigan. Shot no good. And Korzak is running the floor. She brings it back out to Rivera and up to Moore. Deep three, no good. And rebound comes down and it's tied up. And they let him play it.
I was expecting a jump ball there.
Should have been.
Yeah, definitely.
An offensive foul called.
Corsair offensive foul. Charge number 22, Megan Ronahan. That's her third.
Ronigan called for the offensive foul.
Second. Corsair substitution number 34, Alicia Poodle.
That's her third foul, so they are going to take her out of the game to keep her out of some foul trouble with 14 minutes left to play.
Ronigan, their leading scorer, just under 20 points a game, 19.3 she averages.
Yeah, so
Moore for three, no good. And a foul called on Korzak.
Anchorwomen foul. Charge number 3, Jess Korzak. That's her first personal. Team 4.
Usually say in the official's judgment, but this has gone out of hand.
yeah, it's starting to be a little overbearing for me, but I mean, what are you going to do? Sometimes you just have those games with those crews, but definitely not helping either team.
Garrity passes all the way other side. And Kudel called for the travel.
Traveling violation. Corsairs.
Padalano to inbound.
Had a want to say 7 or 8 travels on the Corsairs in this game. It's been ridiculous. That's really been a big flaw in their game thus far.
Korzak drives in. She draws a foul.
Corsair foul, charge number 13, Aaron Fahey.
Korzak only 59% from the line.
Team third.
She is 2 for 2 in this game, however.
She makes her first. Misses her second. Rebound by Fahey. And Garrity with the ball. Hawkwater back to Fahey. Got away with a little travel. Rivera gets it back to Moore. Padalano, shot. Got it.
Yes, Padalano!
It's going to find the open spaces on the floor. It's not necessarily going to be inside, but you can find some open space just inside the three-point line or whatnot.
The timeout called
30-second timeout
by the Corsairs.
Rhode Island College got this down to 6 points. And as I said in the last timeout, their defense is playing well, and they've kept that going in the past couple minutes since our last stoppage in play. So they just got to keep that up. And, you know, the more narrow this lead gets, the more aggressive a defense you can play. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get this lead down to like a one-possession game, see if they can start bringing some of that press defense they're known for and forcing some turnovers.
And like you said, the lead is down to 6 for UMass. Hate to say it, but not really a close 6.
No, but the past couple minutes, the Anchorwomen have found a little bit of momentum. If they can build on this, they can definitely make this a tight matchup down the stretch. So let's see if they can keep this going.
Kudel gets it back to Garrity. Garrity, right side. Down low to Kudel. And a travel called.
Traveling violation, Corsairs.
Rivera gets it up to Moore. And Padalano with it. Gets it to Korzak, right wing. Hill for 3. No good. And rebound to Karen. Back to Hawkwater. And back to Garrity. Garrity driving in, no good. Rebound Hill. Korzak running the floor. And up for 2.
Yes,
And Korzak's hurt. She's down. And we hope she's all right. That would not be good.
No, definitely.
Official timeout.
It looks like she's in a fair amount of discomfort down there. It looks like she was favoring her foot or her leg maybe.
And the way she came down may have rolled that ankle.
Yeah. It's always difficult when you go up and take those shots, Tom. You know, moving elevator like that, you're able to stick the landing right, and sometimes you come down and just land awkwardly, and as you said, you can roll an ankle or whatnot, but it's hard to tell exactly what happened on the play, but certainly hope that she's all right and whatnot.
When she gets up. And that could have been the one that was already hurt
Yeah,
before the game.
she's not putting a lot of weight on that left foot, it looks like.
Before the game, I even noted
Korzak's
Korzak's walking on a limp.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. You play so many
Landed wrong.
You play so many games, you can just get a small little nagging injury, and because you're playing so often, you just
Hangs
aggravate.
with you, lingers.
Yeah, definitely. It's like that with any sport, really. So hopefully she's all right.
Korzak with 7 points so far in the game.
Such a key part of this Anchorwoman team, especially defensively, and also offensively as well.
Kudel draws the foul. And Hill not happy with the call.
No, she hasn't. She's been on the receiving end of a couple of borderline calls. She's got 3 fouls, so we'll see if Coach Senecal keeps her in or looks to substitute her and bring her in later with only 2 fouls left to play with.
First substitution is number 22, Megan Ronahan. And
So
number 10,
Ronahan
Beth Castantini.
and Castantini both back into the game. Kudel makes 1 or 2. 5-point lead, 41-36 in favor of UMass. Padalano swings it back up to Rivera. And Moore with it. Lagrateria back to Moore. Calling for the screen. And she drives in, got an open lane. Can't hit the layup.
Nope.
McCarron hands it off to Garrity. Floater's no good. And Hill almost throws it away, but recovered by Rivera. Padalano with it, left side, gets it back up to Moore. Now Padalano with it, top of the key, kicks it to the corner. Rivera. The ball gets stuck.
It's the first time we've seen that, in the games we've done this season.
Never seen this in a game before.
I've seen it like in rec league or like just shooting around, shooting around at the gym, but that's the first time, like I said, in the broadcast we've done, I've seen that happen.
Lagrateria to inbound. I always wondered how you'd call that. Just an Anchorwomen possession, apparently.
Yeah.
And Lagrateria throws it out of bounds. And that ball is picked off by Lagrateria. Trying to find Hill and throws it away. Tough couple of plays for Lagrateria.
Definitely. She made such a great heads-up play on the steal, and unfortunately wasn't able to connect with Hill on that pass. Trying to do a little too much there.
McLaughlin will be off the bench momentarily. Ronigan's shot no good. And a jump ball.
UMass possession.
I've always noticed when teams pass inside that Devin Hill does a really good job of getting her hands up, and she certainly has that height advantage, and does a great job contesting shots.
Garrity driving in baseline. Gets it to Keohane, who draws the foul.
Anchorwomen foul, charge number 12, Jessa Rivera. That's her first personal. Team 6.
Game 1 out of 2 tonight. Anchormen have their last home game of the season following the Anchorwomen's game.
Expecting a good game as well in our second matchup. We've got a pretty good one going here with a 5-point deficit.
And misses are both an offensive rebound. And in and out on the 3. Now back to Ronigan for 2.
Got to get those boards.
30-second timeout.
It's one thing if you give up a second chance, but you can't be giving up third chance opportunities. I mean, in the Corsairs have done that several times tonight. They've been able to get a couple of offensive boards, and by that point, I mean, you're going to find somebody who's open because it's going to be such a scramble to try to get the ball. So it's something the Anchorwomen have had a bit of a problem with all night.
Agreed. Anchorwomen really got to do something to cut down this lead.
Yeah, they've just got to keep their offense going. They found a couple of bright spots in this half, but they haven't fully been able to really get it rolling. And defensively, as I said, they've only given up 10 points in this half. They just haven't scored enough. We got another low-scoring game as we did on Saturday as well.
Rio running the offense, back to Padalano. McLaughlin pass down low to Hill, who recovers it. A jump ball, Anchorwomen ball.
Anchorwomen possession.
As Jess Korzek comes back to the bench.
Usually she's walking on it a little better, but
pass down low to Hill. No good.
Coach Senecal is not happy with that call at all.
UMass ball. If I were him, I would not be happy at all with the way this game has been called.
Definitely. It's definitely been a very patchwork job.
2 on the foul. Keohane will be at the line. Shoot one.
Very late foul call.
Anchorwoman foul. Charge number 31. Colleen McLaughlin. That's her third personal. A team limit. Megan Keohane's at the line. Shooting one.
Keohane coming into the game, 75% on the season. And she'll have another one. And she misses a second, rebounded by Ronigan, shot no good. And another foul called. This one against UMass.
Of course, foul. Charge number 34. Alicia Poodle. That's her second personal. Team fourth.
And a travel called.
Traveling violation.
Nobody had possession of the ball.
Exactly.
This is ridiculous. Can't call a travel when nobody has possession of the ball. Bottom line. No good. And Anchorwomen ball. Hill the inbound. And Moore with the ball. Moving up court. Moore back to McLaughlin for 2.
McLaughlin only has 4 points, but in the 2 baskets she's made, she's shown a little bit of range.
Garrity passes down low to Ronigan. Back out to Kudel. And like Coach Senecal just said, she got away with the travel. Anchorwomen ball anyways. Moore passes down to Padalano for 2.
Jessica Padalano.
Ball all the way up the court to Ronigan. And Ronigan, no good. Rebound Moore.
Looks like somebody got a hand on it from behind.
And a foul called.
Corsair foul. Charge number 22. Megan Ronahan. That's our 4th foul. 15.
McLaughlin to inbound. 46-40, 6-point UMass lead. And Moore with the ball. And Korzak back into the game.
Anchorwomen substitution number 3, Jess Korzak. Replaces Megan Reel.
So Korzak, of course, playing through a minor injury. And Moore draws the foul.
And she's the second leading scorer on this Anchorwomen team with 7 points. And as always, very good defensive player. So definitely a boost to have her back in the final minutes of this one.
Foul, charge number 5, Kelsey Garrett.
Still a lot of time left, however.
It's true.
7.5 to go.
Team 6.
Probably wasn't the best way to phrase it. We do have 7 minutes left.
She makes her first. And misses a second. And a foul called on Devin Hill.
Anchorwomen foul, charge number 21, Devin Hill. It's her 4th personal. A team limit. Anchorwomen substitution.
Kudo will be at the line.
Rebecca Gonzalez. Corsair substitution number 33, Rachel McCarron. Alicia Kudle's at the line, shooting 1 and 1.
Gonzalez back into the game for Hill. And Kudo misses it.
You can tell Hill's really frustrated with some of the calls that have been against her in this one.
I don't blame her.
Yeah, I don't either.
Korzak with the ball. Driving down baseline, passes to McLaughlin. No good. And UMass ball. Garrity at the top of the key. Lagrateria will come back in. Hawkwater back to Garrity. Garrity moving around left side and passes down low. And back up to Kudel. And an offensive foul called.
I think Coach Senecal is.
Corsair offensive foul, charge number 34, Alicia Kudel. That's her 3rd personal. A team limit.
I feel like Coach Senecal has been showing so much frustration on the bench because they've only given up 46 points to this team with 6.5 minutes left, and we're talking about a team that averages 70 points a game. And they're in this game, they're only down by 5 points, but it seems like every time they get this deficit down, they can't convert the basket on
goes
their
right
end.
back up.
Yeah. And
Uncle Tony's Pizza
I certainly
and
feel
Pasta,
like the
46
entire
Pasta
team is
Bites, Johnson,
probably
Rhode
feeling
Island.
that way.
The
Like,
proud sponsor of Rick
you know,
Athletics.
they're in
Stop
a
in for
game
lunch,
with a
dinner,
pretty good
or
team
game day,
and have a
take advantage
chance
of
to
Rick
win it,
discounts,
and they're
and
just not
present your
converting
Rick
when they
ID
need
or
to. And
game day
certainly, as a
program at
coach
Uncle
and a
Tony's
player, that's
to
a
take
frustrating
advantage of these
feeling, and they
great
just
deals.
gotta execute. Down, as I said, with 6.5 minutes to play, they've got to make some plays. And if they want to win this game, they got to make some plays and make some. They've been making the stops. You can't deny that, but they got to make the plays offensively, especially.
Most definitely.
You know, somebody's gonna start. Somebody's gonna get hot down here down the stretch. Whether it's Alex Moore, Jess Korzak, whoever, they're gonna start making the offensive plays.
Especially because Devin Hill's in foul trouble.
But that's what I'm saying. Devin Hill is leading the team with 10 points, but
4 fouls.
yeah, unfortunately.
Korzak, turnaround, no good. And ball comes out. Anchorwomen possession. Catalano back to Lagrateria. Now Korzak with the right wing. Gives to McLaughlin. And back to Lagoteria. Padalano calling for the screen and driving in. No good. And an offensive foul called.
Anchorwomen foul, charge number 31.
I expected just a jump ball, which would have
personal. A team limit.
which would have just given the Corsairs the ball anyways. But how do you call a
Kelsey
foul
Garrett
on
is
that?
at the line, shooting 1-1.
It's just a killer because they're just throwing them around the line because of all the fouls.
And she misses it. Rebounded by Korzak. Nice around the back move by Korzak. And up for two.
Korzak.
Lead is down to 3, 46-43.
Got to make a stop here.
And Garrity gets away with it about 3 travels on that play. Kudel throws it away to McCarron.
You have to throw one up.
And Hawkwater, no good there, nails the 3.
Shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation. One of the refs had his hand up for a foul.
I know, but the other two came running in and they were saying the shot clock had already expired, which is the right call.
Yes. Korzak with it at the top of the key. Now Lagroteria with it. Driving in. And an offensive foul called.
Anchorwomen foul, charge number 13. Michelle Lagrateria.
I can't say I really disagree with that one.
Nah.
That's her first personal. A team limit.
I didn't catch who it was in the lane there for the
Looked like Fahey.
Yeah, she did a good job setting herself, so just a good heads up play by her, taking the charge.
Oh, that was the correct call.
Definitely.
Garrity. Good screen set by Ronigan. Is Garrity able to come in? No good on the shot. And Korzak pushing up the court again. And back to the corner. Back up to Lagoteria. Korzak back to McLaughlin. Swings it out to Lagoteria, left wing. Gonzalez, turnaround, no good. And what should have been a jump ball is
Yeah, for God's sake.
there's a foul on Padalano.
Jessica Padalano.
Wow.
That's her third personal.
That's a textbook jump ball. Like,
Agreed.
and we've had several of those in this one. It's just ridiculous.
Aaron Fahey's at the line, shooting 2.
She makes her first. Fahey 68% on the season coming into the game.
Number 20, Megan Keohane.
Keohane into the game for Hawkwater. And misses her second.
Timeout, UMass.
Good heads up timeout by the Corsairs.
And I wonder if they had realized if they just let the jump ball happen, they would have had possession anyways.
Yeah,
Instead,
or
they
the way-
wasted timeout.
Or the way this game's going, they probably would have got a foul out of it.
Yeah, you're right.
True, if you look at it that way.
So we'll thank the Corsairs for that.
Yeah. Though they still have 3 timeouts left. With just 4 minutes to go, so. But it just seems like every time Rhode Island College gets that score down to a reasonable deficit for them to be able to take the lead, they're just not able to convert. That UMass defense tightens up, and you can tell they're trying to set the screens and they're trying to get a lane inside or try to pass it down low. And obviously, not having Devin Hill in here down down in the past couple minutes is just killing them.
Most
Because
definitely.
she's obviously their bread and butter on the inside. And
Oh, yeah.
unfortunately, she's got the 4 fouls, and you can't risk her fouling out at this point in the game. But I would expect the next couple of minutes here that they probably put her in and just see what happens.
Number 24, Bree Hawkwater.
We're going to put Hawkwater back in the game for the Corsairs.
And Anchorwomen ball.
Good play by Korzek, able to
Anchorwomen substitution, number 10, Alex Moore.
get in front of that one.
UMass substitution, number 20, Megan Keahan.
Moore back into the game for
Yeah,
Gonzalez.
Another thing to keep in mind with Alex Moore, she has 3 fouls as well. She's in a bit of trouble.
Korzek with the ball. And a backcourt violation.
Anchorwomen.
She had Padalano open early in that sequence, but she decided to hold on to it. Unfortunately, her and Moore had miscommunication there. They weren't able to connect on the pass.
It looked like Moore was coming in to help.
Definitely. Just those kind of turnovers you can't afford to make.
No.
4-point game with just under 4 minutes left. Every possession is extremely important. So
Garrity with the ball. She gets it down to the corner to Hawkwater. He brings it back up. And Castantini, offensive foul. Good job by Padalano to absorb the contact, go down, get set, go down.
that's what you got to do.
A team limit.
They put Hill back in for McLaughlin here with 3.5 minutes left. Very low scoring game, 47-43. Still game up for grabs at this point.
Lagrateria back to Korzek. Korzek loses the ball and goes down again. Korzek's down. And she is shooken up.
Most definitely.
And it just looked like she just the ankle gave out.
He's just holding her knee.
The ankle gave out.
Yeah.
Come down hard on her knee. Korzek 9 points in the game. Second to Devin Hill with 10. And this is not a good situation for the Anchorwomen.
No, most definitely. Just something you don't want to see at all in any kind of game you come and see.
Right. 4-point game, 47-43. And 3 points. It's the closest we've seen it since the early minutes of the first half.
Indeed.
And Korzek finally up. She gets an ovation from the crowd here at the Murray Center. And it's that left leg.
Yeah, I don't think she put any weight on it.
And we'll hope she'll be all right.
Yeah, definitely.
She'll be out for the rest of the game.
Oh, definitely. You can just tell by the way she's
Yeah.
looking around. They are checking the ankle.
Garrity with the ball. And picked off by Alex Moore. Moore called for a travel.
Driving violation, Anchorwomen.
I guess the use of a pivot foot isn't allowed in this game. This is ridiculous. This has gotten way out of hand. Never heard of paying officials off during a college basketball game, especially Division III for that matter.
Yeah, true, but they've called a massive amount of travels on Corsairs in this one as well.
Oh, they earned them. Moore up the court to Lagrateria. No good. And Garrity with it.
Gotta make those buckets.
Wide open lanes and unable to convert. Castantini, no good. Gets her own rebound. And Hill comes down with it.
They have got to convert on one of these possessions.
4-point game, 2 minutes to go. Lagrateria back to Padalano for three. No good. And rebound Fahey.
You don't necessarily have to foul at this point. Only 2 possessions, but you got to make a stop. Certainly cannot allow a three-pointer at the very least.
Hawkwater in the game with the ball. She gets it back to Casantini and down to Fahey, back to Ronigan. No good, rebound Lagrateria. And Moore pushing up court, gets it to Padalano. And kicked out of bounds by Ronigan, good play by Ronigan.
Of course, there's not able to get anything to fall in this half.
Timeout.
I mean, that's certainly a
Anchorwomen.
testament to the Anchorwoman defense. But at the same time,
Only 14 points this half for the Corsairs.
exactly. I mean, that's as I said, that's a testament to the Anchorwoman defense.
Most definitely.
But at the same time, they haven't been able on the flip side to be able to get enough baskets in the hoop to take this lead. I mean, they've kept it extremely close. They trailed by, I believe the maximum was 11 in this half, and they've been able to fight back, but they haven't been able to. I think they only got it down to a one-possession game at one point in this half, and they just haven't been able to.
Game, yeah.
Haven't been able to make the offensive conversions to take the lead in this one. But defensively, they've earned a win in this game. Offensively, they just haven't done enough. So they need to do enough in the last minute 13 here if they want to be able to pull this win out. But we're definitely going to have a tight game here in the final minute. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Lagrateria to inbound. Padalano, Moore, Hill, and Ribera in the game for the Anchorwomen. Moore for three. No good. No foul called. She goes down.
UMass substitutions, number 10, Beth Castantini.
Clear foul on the play.
24, Bree Hawkwater.
Agreed.
Garrity with the ball. And a foul called on Lagrateria.
Anchorwomen foul, charge number 13, Michelle Lagrateria. That's her second personal, a team limit. Kelsey Garrity's at the line, shooting 2.
And Garrity makes her first. 71% free throw shooter on the season.
Number 20, Megan Keohane. Number 33, Rachel McCarran.
She misses her second, rebound Hill. And Moore with the ball.
Good to get a quick
Top of the
basket
key.
here.
Good recovery by Lagrateria. Alex Moore is down. And Moore will stay in the game.
Not 100% sure what she's favoring there.
And now McElroy will check in for Moore.
Anchorwomen substitution, number 14.
Seems like she's favoring her stomach.
Yeah, I agree.
And Hill goes up for 2.
Hill!
Could be
Timeout. Corsair.
I don't know if it's maybe like,
Corsairs call the timeout.
I don't know with Alex Moore. I don't know if it was maybe like a rib or something, or I don't know. But I guess probably she ended up falling on her side.
On another missed call,
Yeah.
for that matter.
Well, let's not even go down that road.
She's going to check back in.
Yeah. So we do have a one possession game here. 27.2 seconds left. And certainly, you don't want to foul, but you're probably going to have to because the shot clock and the game clock are just about even. So if you can't get a turnover right away, you're going to have to
foul.
Yeah, you're going to have to put them at the line and hope to at least get them to miss one. Obviously, you want them to miss both, but
And this team, a very good team from the foul line.
yeah, we touched on that earlier. We said if it came down to this, that it's not necessarily a situation you want to be in, but they're in it. Although I will say, this half they haven't been nearly as efficient from the line, in my opinion. They just haven't. They haven't been as efficient offensively at all. So.
Anchorwomen substitution, number 10, Alex Moore. Corsair substitution, number 10, Beth Constantini. And number 24, Bree Hotwater.
So they give Hawkwater the ball. And they foul Hawkwater.
Anchorwomen foul, charge number 12, Jessa Rivera.
89% on the season from the line. Just 8 for 9.
Limit.
So not many attempts,
Definitely so.
but still
Bree Hotwater's at the
89%.
line, shooting 2.
And she makes it first.
UMass substitutions, number 4, Colleen Kane. And number 33, Rachel McCarron.
And she misses her second. Big rebound from Lagrateria. And Moore with the ball. Padalano. Back to Rivera. Back to Moore. Deep 3. No good. And Hill comes up with the rebound. Back to Moore. Another 3 up. No good. Rebound Hill. And time will expire. And that's going to be the end of the game. Your final score. UMass Dartmouth, Corsairs 49, Rhode Island College Anchorwomen 45. And Andrew will be standing by with a couple of interviews for you. And Anchorwomen just not able to convert in this game.
Just not able to make enough plays. And as we said throughout the game, they played a very good defensive game. I mean, you give out 49 points, you should win. 9 times out of 10, you're going to win that game. But
Most definitely.
Unfortunately, certainly they had some calls that went against them.
A lot.
Definitely, and
Ridiculous.
they just weren't able to convert offensively when they needed to. So I mean, it's a frustrating loss.
Right.
But you know, what are you gonna do?
Agreed. It was a tough one. I'll send it to you, Andrews. So we got Jess Padalano standing by.
And I'm here with Jess Padalano. Jess, it's definitely going to be a bit of a frustrating loss, but you guys played very well defensively. but just weren't able to unfortunately make enough plays down the stretch. Tell us about the defense, though. I mean, you held a team that averages 70 points a game to 49 points. What did you guys do, especially in the second half, to really throw them off their offensive game?
We just came into this game knowing that defense is what we had to focus on. It's what beat us last time when we played them, so it's definitely something that we emphasize. Sorry, I'm out of breath.
No worries.
Something that we emphasize in practice before coming in here, focusing on help defense and all that stuff. It's really important because defense always wins games, and it just shots doesn't fall tonight. So.
Yeah, definitely. And on offense, you guys you had a little bit of a tough time. You had your spurts where you were able to convert, but just weren't able to get enough, unfortunately, to pull out the win. What do you think offensively you guys need to improve on? What's the one big thing in the next game that you need to work on?
I think it's just being smart with the ball, making the smart pass, taking the smart shot. Because a lot of times we force shots that we shouldn't be taking, and then we pass off the good shots. So I think it's just kind of like reading the defense a little bit better and being smarter with the ball.
Definitely. And you got one last game here to wrap up the regular season on the road. What do you think your biggest key is that to work on in order to pull out a W in the next one?
I think what we need to focus on now is just making shots. I mean, our defense is there. Obviously, like you said, we held this team to 40-something points, and I mean that's a great defensive effort. So that's definitely there. The defense is good. We just need to start scoring now.
Definitely. Well, you guys fought hard in this one. They were to battle back, but unfortunately, just weren't able to get the breaks you needed. But good luck in the next game, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
So Anchorwomen just not able to get it done tonight.
No, it was just it's one of those games.
It was a tough one. As Andrew, I'll send it back to you as we got Coach Senecal.
We got Coach Glenn Senecal here. Coach, as I said to Jess, it's a frustrating loss. I mean, I said to her, you guys held a team that averages 70 points a game to 49 points. I just wanted to know, elaborate on what did you guys do defensively, because that's a tremendous defensive effort against a team like that.
Well, I think we worked hard. You know, we defend. I mean, we had our weak side help again tonight. You know and we just collapsed and did what we were supposed to do. It was the offensive end of the floor that hurt us, and not get to the free throw line. I'm tired of it.
No, definitely. I just kind of want to quickly touch on the officiating was very questionable tonight. Just kind of, how do you think that impacted? I mean, you said the line. Ultimately, how do you think that impacted the game in the big picture?
Oh, it had a lot to do with it. I mean, granted, you know, we turned the ball over, we didn't shoot the ball well, but you know, when our girls go to the basket just as hard, and we don't get any benefit.
No, I agree. No, it was ridiculous. I mean, especially down the stretch, you guys got a lot of calls that didn't go your way that should have, and I mean, it's just frustrating, I think, especially for you guys, where you play a game like that and it gets decided by officiating instead of what could have happened on the floor.
Well, I better be careful what I say. You know, believe me.
Definitely. But back to the game itself. I mean, you guys have played a couple of tough games, haven't been able to pull out the win, but what do you think the biggest thing you need to do getting back on track in your season finale Saturday?
We just got to score. I mean, we got to put points on the board. You know, we can defend. I mean, like I said, we give them 47 points to a team that averages close to 70. You know, we have to score. You know, we got to point production from our upperclassmen. You know, Devin's doing a great job, but we need a more balanced scoring. You know, and now with Jess Corsi going down and Alex being hurt, who knows what's going to happen?
Definitely. Well, Coach, as I said, it was a tough loss, but you guys did fight back in this one. You played really hard defensively. Good luck at your finale, and from all of us, we hope that Jess is okay.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
And unfortunately, the Anchorwomen fall here in the first game of our doubleheader, 49-45 to UMass Dartmouth. But stick around, we have the second half of our doubleheader with the Anchormen taking on UMass Dartmouth, starting here in just a few minutes here on Anchor TV.